the technological progression, the economical progression has many ambitions, and it's required to provide the necessity between the tributaries of the economic society and the culture foreigner that would like to invade our own culture. And this is culture invasion is really critical nowadays. And we are imposed to keep the identity, our home origin identity. And it's really critical important that should be tackled by our constitutional courts and supreme councils. بالنسبة ل يعني جموع القضاة الموقرين للمحاكم الدستورية. And we do have many respected judicial constitutional judges today. يعني بتتنازعوا تفسيرات تشريعية قديمة. We have many disputes regarding the legislators and new methods and arrival identity issues that we should avoid. And we couldn't absorb such these arrivals into our culture. The last pivotal topics that we talked about regarding the environmental development, there is a common challenge. The importance of the environment, which many peoples attach a great importance for the environmental issues regarding the raw materials, water, natural resources, or the climate change, and the desertization of many places. And we have some texts in front of every judge in order to be judgmental about these new technologies and modern things. And we will tackle these issues in November on COP27, that we will present all the concerned departments, states, legislators, technicians, and this issue will be administered. So the constitutional court judges should tackle such these challenges and really affect our African peoples and countries, especially in environmental issues. So I imagine that all these issues and dilemmas regarding the problems that we have the need to deepen our ideas and thoughts to the next meeting. This is regarding a whole view, not a detailed image about everything regarding the research and the oral interventions. We would like to thank all the participants in this meeting regarding the Supreme Constitutional Court and had the idea to be presented today, and under the auspices of the President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and his directives, that the African constitutional courts attach great importance for such issues. For this meeting today, I have noted before the opening meeting in this meeting. I had really noted the idea of the institution of the constitutional and judiciary court, especially the Supreme Constitutional Court pays attention to such issues. That every single thought or every single decree will be implemented in the reality, even if we have postponed that to the next meeting. And this is critically important today, as there should be an imprint of that meeting scientifically, economically, and judicially. And I would like to thank the President of the Sudanese Constitutional Court that provided many solutions and concerted efforts to solve such dilemmas today. We have many discussions regarding the first day activities, the second day activities. Maybe will be issued in the third day activities, no problem. And the Supreme Constitutional Court and its official spokesman state the organizational efforts regarding the African Center for Constitutional Courts and Supreme Courts. What are the main reasons by establishing such court? What are the hierarchical structure here? What is the main goal for this African Center? I would like the judicial and respected Dr. Ahmad Tariq al-Bishri, one of the great examples in judiciary constitutional expert in Egypt. And you can add to him or edit his idea, which you can see every single idea as suitable as you can. Please go ahead, Dr. Ahmad Tariq al-Bishri. Peace be upon all of you. The reality of the idea today that we are meeting in the sixth catering under the auspices of the President, it's really great importance to start or what Bulus Fahmy had ended. We have a real challenges and huge challenges regarding these such crises and dilemmas that had imposed an issue against the constitutional courts, and we have really the tempo and the intents of the world is really going on fast. And we have a state of confusion today, that we cannot be committed to the constitutional text, which is really solid, and the spotting the light in the changing situations and the higher tempo that the international commitments had really increased recently, and the national laws cannot cope with such huge change at the moment, and how we can provide a progression for that in the future. And the regularities, this is with cause a pressure or pile the pressure against the judge, how he can deal with such issue, especially internationally, and the commitments internationally. There have been a criteria regarding the judicial job opportunities. There are no commitments in the national laws, and even my rulings and provision wouldn't be respected by any other country. These current positions and situations makes us need more about the necessity and the importance of the African centers that has many factors and pivotal rules, how you can address the past issues, especially what happened in the past. And we should provide a study about the suggestions, how we can deal with such issues which cannot have been clear resolutions. So the research center will provide an assistance in resolving such issues, how we can deal with these recent issues. And one of the important factors regarding the African research centers, that how he can provide ideas in the future to solve the upcoming challenges according to his prediction and anticipation. We try to establish on the margin of this meeting the African Research Center for Constitutional and Supreme Courts. And this is a good and wondrous meeting every single year regarding the scientific access. The second rule, that how we can study the suggestions of every single meeting in the light of the annual meeting every year. This access, we should have many steps to be stepped by the African Research Center and take more pivotal rule. The first and the foremost, there is an annual plan to solve the law issues and the legal ones that attach great importance for the African countries like Sudan, our lovely country. We should set a plan, and we have many press conferences and symposium to host experts, and how we can provide a brainstorming for such dilemmas and issues. regarding the African position or the African states.
أي محكمة أو أي مجلس شايف إنه ثمة
Any constitutional court or any constitutional council that can see or predicts the indicators
اهتزازات اجتماعية
that there are some
فبتبقى المحاكم العليا منتبهة إلى إنه
shaken
صار قدامها
and vibrating
أو خلال سنة بالكتير فممكن
social effects.
أو المجلس يعد نفسه
So the court or the council can predict the future, and you can address the African Center to provide consultations, sessions, special sessions in cooperation with the court as a consultation. Another fact that how we can prepare the jobs for the future. And we can see the fast changes regarding technology and other things, etc., which required a special preparation for the jobs regarding the lower hierarchical judge or several ladder ranks. Personally, I can see really the hard work or the work become harder than the past because of these changes. We provided many programs on several levels, politically, individually. We have established many programs about that and design special programs and sessions for that reason. This is a quick imagination for the future regarding the expected and anticipated activities in the annual meeting. The communication with constitutional and supreme courts. This is not enough that we can meet each other once a year. It is really enough for, it's not enough for several days or enough days, but we can increase the cooperation among the countries regarding the challenges we have imposed. We provide live interviews and consultation by the African Center. And the relationship between countries and the effective communication that we could see today. Prepare the African Center with research and how we can set up a sound perception about the future of the Supreme Courts and constitutional courts that the President of Sudanese Constitutional Court addressed critical issues that above the constitutional power or sovereignty, that how we could deal with such things in constitutional level, how we can discuss together, how we can consult each other in order to reach the primitive principles for constitutional levels and what can happen
هذه المبادئ باعتبارها حد ادنى لا يمكن
many developments in the future.
تجاوزه، ودي معروفه الحقيقه يعني في القانون الجنائي من الستينات، يعني الضمانات
And the criminal law had been noticed. Such issues regarding the criminals had been developed a huge extent by the international commitments.
على انه هذا هو الحد الادنى الذي لا يمكن النزول عنه
And this is the minimum
المتهم. نفس الحكايه عندنا في الوضع
to
الدستوري.
protect the criminal and the accused.
اوضاع يعني مستحيل النزول عنها.
We have many statutes and
كان الموقف ثوري مهما
provisions,
يعني
even it's a revolutionary state, and how we can provide the civilization for our country.
فدي الحقيقه نقطه احنا مهتمين ان احنا يعني، بس دي طبعا خطه طويله الاجل.
We attach great importance for that and pay attention to such issues for the joint cooperation.
يعني النقاط الرئيسيه لما يمكن ان نعتبره دستورا للمجتمع، سواء فرد سواء دوله سواء مجتمع.
Even if you are an individual in the society, even if a people of the country, even
هناك في حد ادنى لا يمكن تجاوزه.
there is minimal limit that cannot be passed.
يعني هنحاول ان احنا في المركز نعمل لائحه لعمل المركز.
In the research, we will provide irregularities,
يعني ان شاء الله.
and we can see your opinion about that.
الهيكل التنظيمي للمركز،
The hierarchical structure for the African Center, and the location for this research center will be in Egypt at our Supreme Constitutional Court.
هيبقى في مجلس امناء
And there will be Secretary Council will be
ما بين سعاده الرئيس
appointed among the President and our peers today, which will
والفقهاء الدستوريين في القاره الافريقيه.
include
عامه هي تتولى
the many jurists of our African constitutional courts,
مجمع هتقدم كل الدعم اللوجستي المطلوب
and we will provide all the logistical
ونفقاته
support for its expenses,
وهنشكل لجان فنيه لمتابعه الملفات
and we will form
اللي يعمل عليها المركز
technical
سنوي.
committees that will prepare our annual meeting, and the results, the expected results,
على مستوى
the foremost,
العلاقات هدف
the level
اجتماعي
of the relationship among the African people, that we know each other very well,
ومتفاهمين
and really understanding the current situation and understand each other.
برضه يعني الى حد
Added to this,
يعني ممكن من خلال المركز انه احنا الالتزامات الدوليه اصبحت
the international commitments became various recently,
لديها
and every single constitutional court
مؤتمرات دوليه بتشارك
has
فيها
annually meetings and press conferences.
يعني من خلال هذا المركز وتقديم الخدمه العلميه
And through this African Research Center to provide the scientific consultation,
الاراء ما بين المحاكم المختلفه والمجالس المختلفه وهي رايحه المؤتمر،
and the meeting regarding the diverse
يعني ما تبقاش
constitutional courts,
هي رايحه في حاله خلاف بين في الاراء، يعني احنا
and there is no a huge difference
متعدده
and differentiation of opinions,
فاهمين
and we could understand each other
بعد الوراء
and understand the dimension beyond the other opinion and how to respect the other one, to understand each other.
خطوه
And this is a step forward
يعني المفهوم الوحده الافريقيه
in order to achieve the unity of African nation that we are dreaming about.
طبعا التبادل العلمي ما بين المحاكم هيقرب
And regarding the scientific
هيدي فرصه
communication among the constitutional courts
عن طريق مناقشه امر ما في مع دوله اخرى
will be fruitful regarding the discussion of the opinion of another country, how we can persuade each other or
بعد فتره
get this provision or ruling into effect in our country.
فكري الى
And regarding
قال كده يعني
the
الفكره
thought consensus,
الفكره الارقى يعني انه من الفكره وضدها وتتصارع الفكرتين او تتجادل الفكرتين وتظهر الفكره الثالثه الاعلى.
and while we are our discussions, we will discuss our opinion, the first and the second one. Maybe the third one will be effective. We don't know.
جميعا يعني. فالحقيقه هو ده يعني النتائج اللي احنا يعني نامل فيها ودي متفقه مع الحقيقه التوجهات في الاجتماع اللي احنا فيه هدف الاجتماع
And the aim for this constitutional meeting today, that we talk to each other and we have a full understanding of each other today. That's what I'm all about today, the pivotal axis today, and we hopeful for the future. Thanks for the jurist and the expert of Constitutional Court. Thanks Dr. Ahmed Tariq al-Bishri, our constitutional expert, for this brief presentation and deep one. Thanks for such constitutional issues today.
أنا يبقى لي في أعمال هذا الاجتماع مسألة التوصيات. في مسألة التوصيات احنا وزعنا ورقة العمل الخاصة ب
We have distributed the paperwork regarding the suggestions for the meeting and the final resolutions of this meeting, and I would like to, for the mass communication and the mass media, that we are in a closed meeting with our peers, and I will listen from them the comments of what we can add to our suggestions today. And how the African continent is an important part of a world that is facing challenges. Therefore, we have to think and think collectively for a closed meeting for 15 minutes, and the Egyptian TV will transmit all the live meeting for other mass communication media. So thanks for the mass communication and mass media today. We will be outside till 3 p.m. and for the coordinative committee to come over the stage here to see what we can discuss in the future regarding the opinions of the meeting. Please go ahead, Dr. Tariq, Dr. Fatma Razaz, Councilor Shireen Farhood, Tamer Rimon, Mr. Councilor Mohammed Tamer Nagar. Please come over here in order to listen and to juggle down every single detail and suggestion. And we have a closed meeting till 3 p.m. And after that we will declare the suggestion will be transmitted by the Egyptian government, and the recommendation of the meeting will be transmitted to all programs and TV channel, and it will be transmitted through the official TV channel of Arab Republic of Egypt. And regarding our deal counselors, please provide us with your recommendations in order to take into our consideration in this meeting. Thank you.